Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. Let's take a look at my planner. I was getting ready last night. It's probably really loud in the background. Let me close that door. We already got laundry going, all the things. We're gonna try to get our planner prepped because you can see from here, I went in to get next week some notes down because I didn't decorate, but I was like, at least I gotta put my notes in. And I realized I didn't add anything in. I didn't have next weekend. It was over. As you can see also this, I haven't kept up with it. I had this ground plan that like, how cool would it be to start in January and just track? And then I didn't. I could probably go back and kind of guesstimate. Maybe we'll do that. But this starts my health section. So we need to get the planner set for the next quarter because it's not. So let's dive into that today as soon as I try to make this place a little bit quieter. No promises though. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is I've pulled out the ones that I used, the old pages. And I think what I will do, since it's a new year, I had January, the first quarter in there, January, February, March. I'm going to put 2025 used pages in one planner. So I'm going to put all these pages on, and I know I have extra covers somewhere, but not in this room right now. And you could just make one, like it would be easy to just, I could just get some heavy stock paper, laminate it, make a 2025 cover, but at this moment, that's not the priority. So I'm going to, my kids are awake. I'm sure you can hear it. I did try to close a couple doors, but 'tis the life of a homeschool mom. Got the kids here. It's okay. I kind of like it. Most days, I should say I kind of like it. Some days I do. I'm like, oh, I just need some quiet. But the morning hours, I'm fresh still, and it's not the overload, the sensory overload. It tends to be in the evening hours. Okay, so this, I am though going to just get a sticky note, put it here, because this was my health section and that did not go well at all for the beginning of the quarter. I only like did the month of January, I think, and then I stopped writing, and it's kind of an uphill battle ever since. So but now, I don't know, spring is beginning to, sprung, is that how you say it? Spring is beginning to thaw out. Spring is slightly arriving, because we still have rain and clouds and things. Yesterday was hilarious. Not while we were out and about, it wasn't funny, but when we got home, I was like, I knew that was gonna happen. Yesterday we went out, all these pages I didn't end up using for fitness. So the spring weather has begun to be, yesterday we were out and about, I was starting to say, and we ran some errands in the morning, and of course, just while we were out, it was cloudy at first, but it wasn't too bad. And then all of a sudden, the skies opened up and it started to rain. And first it started as a sprinkle, no big deal. Then we keep driving and it's like, oh wow, that's really starting to come down. And sitting at the stop, waiting to go, waiting for it to turn green, and hail starts to come down. We were like, oh yeah, it's really coming down. Everybody around us, the stop was, you could see all of our faces like, darn it. It was, yeah. So of course though, like I said, only while we ran errands. We finished doing what we needed to do, and then we came back home and we, dried out, and we ended up having lunch and doing all the things. And the day just turned out to be one of the most beautiful days in the afternoon. It dried up a little bit, but then the sun came out for a little bit. And I was like, so crazy that the weather just changes so quickly. Okay, so what I did was I pulled out some blank pages. If you're new here, what I do is trying to use up all the old planners that I have, and usually I will buy more planners on clearance and just redate it. I just kind of gotten used to that, and now I can't bring myself to pay $40 for a new planner, or however much the brand new planners go. Although they have, Happy Planner did a collab, I guess, with Harry Potter, and oh wow, I kind of wanted to press the button on that one, but I didn't. I had self-control and I didn't get any yet, I should say. So let's see, we're going into, I think we're going to use, I'm going to try to use this timed layout. So the time is here and then it's lined vertical, timed, I don't know what they're calling them, for April, but we shall see. The last time I used this layout, I ended up formatting it, maybe that's the word, and I used it for my health pages, and I actually ended up really liking it. So in my brain, when I looked at it, I was like, oh no, these are health pages, but no, we can use them. So I'm going to attempt to use this layout for the catch-all portion of the planner. Typically I have a catch-all portion, and then I have a health and wellness, and then I will try to do like content creating one, but we shall see. Also, I think I never fully came on and said the whole introduction, in case you are new here. My name is Elena. I'm the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos, and here on the channel we try to talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking and all the things in between. So this one is going to be the health section, and that varies. Sometimes it's like just journaling, sometimes I am counting, I'm like on point with my macros and strength training and all the things, and then other times like this first quarter I'm just trying to keep everybody alive and myself included, and we just like it fell off, so that's okay. But this one is the soap layout, and I have used this before for health. I know my desk is never like fully cleaned when I sit down either, so sorry about that. But I think that this works well for, I can use it for my health and wellness. What I was doing was putting like daily wins up here. I know I've used this layout for it before. So we put our daily wins up here. Try to keep that at the front of our mind and just remind ourselves like, yep, you did get things done, things are okay. And then I want to say maybe down here I was using things as trackers. And then here was workouts that I did, or maybe just a small journal section, possibly. I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly, but I think it was something to that effect. So I'm gonna put that back in, and then this is our inventory. I finally got the freezer inventoried and got that done, so that's good. So we need to redate these and then just retab this section. Is it work? It can be, but also it gives me a minute to like play in my planner, and I enjoy that. So if you don't enjoy that, by all means, you don't like, that's not a necessity, but I don't mind most of the time. We do get in those pickles where we're like, whoops, forgot to get next. I'm looking for my scissors. I'm trying to talk at the same time and it's not working. Oh man, these are not the ones I typically use, but we'll use these. And I forgot what I was saying. I guess it wasn't important, huh? I think all I was just talking about was how I reuse my planners, and it doesn't really bother me to have to redate it, but I get where people can find that annoying. And in fact, I also get it at sometimes, like I was saying, when especially I want to have just moved on to my next week, but I didn't get the planner set up. But life gets lifey and we move on. And for the most part, it gives me kind of freedom to change my layouts and things like that. So until whenever, I guess we'll just keep doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get the tabs going and redate, and then maybe decorate the first week too. We'll take it from there. Oh my goodness, I went to change laundry loads. I know for you it's just the next clip, but it's been hours. I walked away and I didn't get to come back and finish. So let's get this week done because we're already the first week. Let's get it in there. I have the super old sticker book, and so I just, let's use it up, right? Let's see. That. You've got this best day ever. Work hard. So busy. This is kind of a little bit of a busy week, but we've got a few appointments. Let's see if we just have. I think there's going to be a rhyme or reason to the color palette. I don't know if we'll use the timed, like actual time block. It goes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., which is, I feel like that's a good block of time, but I don't know if we'll actually end up using that. Oh, I like this one. Be present. Let's see. I'm trying to find, I'm trying to find a place where you can see the stickers and I can put them down. Here's just a black and white to do. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm just going through clearly the days of the week, but the things that we've got to get done. Or the set appointments that we have. So see if there's any more blocks like that. This yellow one. This morning was looking so nice and sunny, and now the clouds have come over. Ugh, I think it's just going to be a whole lot of this. Can't make up our mind. This is what spring is like. Oh, it's drizzling now. Yep. So I've marked down a couple of things that I don't want to forget, and then I think I'm just going to put a few of these. I don't know if you can hear the rain over my kids, but it's the rain. So I'm just going to put some of these. I probably should have turned the light on. I hope the light didn't get too bad for the video, but I've got these. I forget what she calls them, but they're from La La Land Studios, I think. And they're just cute little like marshmallow guys. I think they're supposed to be marshmallows. I just think they're adorable. Clearly I bought, like I went on this kick where I was buying a few, and then she did a whole like advent in December where she had like an advent calendar and you could daily log in and get a freebie. And so there's a couple from that. Anyways, I put them in here, and I think we'll just decorate with those, a couple of them. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to leave the week. I wanted to add some more, but I think that's fine. Plus, as the week goes on, I think we'll probably get some things in there too. But I did end up adding, got a monthly view going. I've highlighted a couple of things that I don't want to forget, but I didn't want to like put on blast here on social media. I think I'll come back to this. I forgot that it had this section where it's got set goals for this month, set a goal, action steps, and reflect, and then things to follow up on. I think I was using this as like a weekly brain dump because there was 4 here and there tends to be 4 weeks in the month, but just like it's a kind of monthly brain dump. Maybe I'll do it in sections, you know, like, but we'll see. And then I got first week down, kind of plain. We went ahead and just redated the monthly tabs, but I didn't redate every month. So May is going to be my December 2022, and in May the first starts on Thursday, but there's And they're 31 days. So this December of 2022 lined out perfectly, but I think in June it doesn't. Yeah, there's this, I used January 2023, but there's only 30 days, I believe. So I just have to cover that part. And then I added in the health and wellness section. These are a little bigger, the ones that I used. So they kind of come out, you can't quite see everything, but you can get the gist of it. But, I'm going to use, I haven't done anything here, but I think I'm going to use it just like I said earlier, where I'm recording my wins here. Maybe here is where we're putting in like a small journal page or what I've done throughout the day, kind of snapshot. Down here we'll be tracking things. I do have, when I was like on a roll, had a coach, was checking in, doing all the things, I had printed these out. These were the things that I was tracking. And so this is just my, it was the calorie amount that I was hitting, proteins, carbs, fat, fiber, water, and steps. And then I had the weekly average here. So I think I could try to use that in here. I don't think it'll line up perfectly with the lines. I was using a different one maybe, or maybe I just didn't get the lines up, but maybe I'll try that and use that for the bottom here tracking. That's gonna do it for today. Kind of the video was probably everywhere, but thanks for sticking in there with me. I think my kiddos need some more attention before we pivot and move on to the next thing. Thanks for hanging out with me.